Welcome to How Can Two Decimals So Ugly Make One So Beautiful? In this lesson I'm learning to add decimals. Let's just start by having a look back at hundredths, tenths and wholes. Over here you can see I have got one whole up here. Down here I have 1/10, and down here I have 1/100th. Now hopefully you remember from earlier lessons that there are 10 tenths to make up one whole, but let's just line up 10 next to each other and check that they are exactly the same as one whole. So we've got one there already. There is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And you can see that 10 tenths is exactly the same as one whole. Now I'm going to go down to my hundredths, and hopefully you remember from earlier lessons that there are 10 hundredths in 1/10th, but let's check that as well. So we've got one there already. If I move another one, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can see what we've got there is exactly the same as 1/10th. So there's 10 hundredths in 1/10th. Now we're going to use that to help us answer some addition questions. Let's start with this question here. I've got 3.72 plus 1.28. I want to find out what that equals. Well, if we look over here, you can see I've got my 3 wholes, my 7 tenths, and I've just offset them a little bit so you can see them so they don't blend into one. And here are my 2 hundredths, and if I go down a little bit more, you can see here are my 1 whole, 2 tenths and 8 hundredths, and just like before I've just offset them a little bit so that I can tell them apart. So I'm going to start by combining all my hundredths. So I'll move this one down there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10 hundredths all put together, and you can see that 10 hundredths is exactly the same as 1/10. So because 10 hundredths is the same as 1/10, I'm going to move them up with the other tenths up to here. Now I've still got some other tenths down here, so I'm going to combine them. Move them up to here. And you can see I've now got 10 tenths, which is the same as one whole. So let's add up what we've got. We had 1 whole here, 2 wholes here, 3 wholes here. We'll go down to this one. That's 4 wholes. And now we've got this 5th whole because we had all of these tenths, and then we added to the hundredths together, which made another tenth, and then I added on those last tenths from the 1.28. So 3.72 plus 1.28 equals 5 wholes. Let's have a look at another one. This time I've got 2.44 and I want to add 1.56. So you can see over here I've got my 2 wholes, 4 tenths and 4 hundredths, and again I've just offset those so that we can see them as being separate so they don't blend in together. And down a little bit further I've got my 1.56, 1 whole, 5 tenths and 6 hundredths. So just like last time, let's start by moving our hundredths together. So we'll move that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So moving our 10 hundredths together, you can see we've made a tenth. So since those 10 hundredths have fitted together to make 10 to make 1/10, let's move them up with the other tenths. So we'll move those up to here, and I'll just offset them a little bit so that we can see that they're separate. Now we've still got these 5 tenths down here, so let's move those ones up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you can see that by doing that I've made one more hole. So we've got one hole here, 2 holes here, 3 holes here, and our 4th hole here that we made. And we made that because we had 4 tenths, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to this point. We added on our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which were here. And remember that our hundredths, we had 6 hundredths and we had 4 hundredths. When we added those together, that's how we made this extra tenth here. Because 10 hundredths make 1 tenth. So 2.44 plus 1.56 is equal to 4. I hope you found this lesson helpful. For more lessons, check out teachertools.co.nz.